Ani, Bonjour, Kwe. It's Catherine from Moonstarlodge, and I have your reading for the week of August the 8th through the 14th. We're in second quarter of She Who Heals, the clan grandmother or clan mother, depending upon your cultural slant, of this, the 8th moon cycle. And it's an important one. I spoke last week of what healing encompasses, and we're going to continue on that theme. So we're coming to you, in case you've never visited before, welcome. Coming from Central Ontario, I'm an Indigenous elder and teacher in the Anishinaabeg family of Indigenous Canadians. Anyway, let's go to the cards. All right. So these are the five decks I'm using. Earth Alchemy Oracle, which I have not used, I don't believe, in a reading yet. It's new. Prairie Majesty Oracle, which is also new to me. I have used it before. The Metamuse Tarot, which is a Kickstarter, and it's by Carrie Krogstad, and I love it. It's great. The Elemental Oracle by Stacy DeMarco. I have a great deal of respect for Stacy and all the various decks that she's created. And the Vintage Wisdom Oracle by Victoria Mosley, also one that I pair regularly with this one. And the Dream Keepers Tarot by another author. So I'm going to just move these boxes. I've already pulled the cards. Okay, so here's our 7. We doused, and it was 7 of the tarot cards, the Metamuse. And then we have 1 Vintage Wisdom, 2 of the Prairie Majesty, 2 of Stacy DeMarco's Elemental Oracle, and 2 of the Earth Alchemy. So these are all going to clarify together collectively. I'm not using them to individually clarify card on card, but more of a gestalt. So, well, this is interesting, being in second quarter, as we are still in the waxing phase of this She Who Heals. We have the Death card, and the Death card is a transformation. People tend to be afraid when they see that they assume it's their transition from this mortal coil, but it is in fact about something, letting something just go. It's done. This takes the Ten of Swords to an exponential level. It is done. It's time to move on to something that is stable. If you look at this card, it's 13 in the Major Arcana, which reduces to 4. It's a number of stability. It's moving to something from something. And this is interesting to me, that the movement is reflected in the 8 of Cups. This is a intuition, emotional card of walking away from a direction that you perhaps have loved, still love. You know you're loved and supported. You have the maturity and experience with whatever this is to say, I'm going in a new direction, and you're doing so without drama and trauma. So you are making the steps. Something's done. You're moving away. This isn't always about relationship, remember. This is about some other aspect of perhaps an avocation, but you are taking a new direction. This card is also another one that troubles people, but actually all 3s are historically about creativity. Think of the 3 of Pentacles, for example, as a co-creative endeavor, as the stonemasons on at least the Rider-Waite card system. The 3s say here that yes, this is something that's sad, but you're co-creating a difficult conversation with someone that you love, and it could represent the walking away. It can still represent something other than an actual relationship, and it might be a relationship. That this is a collective reading, so we can only assume that you have the death card, the ending, moving in a new direction. It's you're co-creating that discussion about it with the people that it relates to that may be involved in this direction. And we're taking on the Prince of Cups here, this identity. The Prince of Cups energy is very much about going forward, using emotion, the water element, and intuition to go after this new thing that's coming. The Wheel of Fortune enters the picture, and it's all about moving toward that thing with a sense of positivity and knowing that sometimes anything can happen, particularly if there are karmic elements involved. But we have the intellect of the Princess of Swords. She's facing the wheel, as is the Prince of Cups facing the wheel. So you've got intellect, intelligence, co-creativity here. This is a positive thing. And the final card is the Eight of Wands, which is a full speed ahead card, going at this with energy. And, the prince and princesses are all energy-based cards. So it's moving very quickly through the perhaps acknowledgement and distress phase, but quickly into this new direction. So there's not going to feel like you're bogged down. What are the cards which clarify this? Well, firstly, we have strength. You have the strength. You can find the strength to make the change. And that's really important. You need the strength to walk away. You need the strength to have the difficult discussion. You need the strength to internalize and utilize the Prince of Cups and Princess of Swords energy. You need strength to deal with whatever the Wheel of Fortune brings, and you need strength to move quickly. It's interesting, these two cards are most unusual, but they bring a wonderful perspective to this. It's a bit like the Hanged Man. This is depicting a ladybug, a form of scarab. What if everything is already working out? It's the card of charm. So it's saying this whole process is charmed. It is already working out, even though you may have some uncertainties. The Great Blue Heron asks, what does standing still reveal? It's asking you to reflect. So you're reflecting on what you've gained, what you've learned, the experience, what you've done. You're gaining the experience and reflecting on this difficult conversation. And these two cards of the elements are fascinating. This is the biome. It's reflecting and referencing the interconnectivity of everything on the earth. It is a most incredible card. I noticed the numerology here is 44, which is a master number. Remember that you are not doing this alone. None of this process is being done alone. Every step you take, every move you make, that's a bad 80s song reference, it says that you are impacting others, because everything we do, everything we think has energy, and that energy manifests in the universe. One of the fascinating cards in this deck refers to cosmology, and this is the concept of dark matter. Dark matter is the mystery. They say in quantum mechanics that dark matter is what composes most of everything in the universe. It's that space between planets and the energies of gravity and the four major forces that impact the Earth. Dark matter is the mystery, and you're working with it. The mystery, it's interesting, it's here very close to the Wheel of Fortune. We never know what's going to happen, but that can't stop you from moving forward. This card is representing plant medicine and crystal medicine for this week. So we have golden topaz and yellow rose. My favorite roses are the yellows and the pinks. They represent abundance. It's raising your vibration, your light missions, and your raw activations. Beautiful, beautiful thing to connect with here. And the crystal dragon is the last card to connect here. And this is sound and color. This is new healing modality, rainbow ray, and solfeggio frequencies. So we're intended to make this process magical, to tap into the great mystery here. We're meant to use those things that we have that, you just have to go to YouTube to listen to solfeggio frequencies. And yeah, this is amazing. So we have some wonderful totems here. We have blue heron, we have ladybug, we have dragon, the crystal dragon, and we have golden topaz, we have yellow rose as a plant, we have the energy of horse. You can flip the camera, Brian. Not a long reading, but a very powerful reading for this week. We are building toward an incredible full moon on the 11th. That is a perigee or super moon. It's got other healing energies associated with it. We are in this dynamic phase of growth and change. Remember from the month of She Who Heals to let go your old stories and your old traumas and wounds that keep you alive and keep you stuck. They suck your energy. They suck your energy from moving forward in this way. So blue heron is a very wonderful animal, and even little ladybug. Gorgeous. And don't forget to listen to your solfeggio frequencies and your binaural beats, especially binaural beats with solfeggio frequencies. All right. Aho. If you like this reading and wish to continue to support us so we can keep this channel going, give us a like. That's the thumbs up button. Subscribe. Throw me a good old coffee down below on the button. And don't forget, leave me questions and messages. I love that. I will answer everything. It's wonderful to have that person-to-person exchange. So have a fabulous week and get some rest. Aho.